everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Alia Septinur Aziza. I'm from Diplomatic Agribusiness Study Program at 11 Maret University, Surakarta. Here, I will express my opinion about freedom of speech in legal supervision, the case of Fatih Haris versus Coordinating Ministry for Maritime Affairs and Investment of the Republic Indonesia. Law enforcement in Indonesia faces complex challenges, especially when it comes to freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is a fundamental right in a democratic society, but it must be balanced with the legal responsibility not to violate the rights of other individuals. One case that highlights the tension between freedom of speech and protecting reputation in the case involving human rights activist Fatih Haris and the Coordinating Minister for Maritime Affairs and Investment Luhut Binsar Panjaitan or Coordinating Minister for Marves. In this context, it is important to evaluate how Indonesia law handles cases like this under legal supervision. Fatih Haris is known as an activist who is vocal in criticizing government policies, especially regarding human rights. In a discussion forum, Fatia expressed critics of policies that we considered detrimental to society. One of these critics was directed at the Coordinating Minister from Marves regarding environmental and investment issues. However, the Coordinating Minister from Marves felt that the critics was defamatory and violated the law, so he decided to report Fatih Haris on charges of defamation. The legal process begins with an investigation law enforcement official. They collected evidence, including recording of discussion and Fatih Haris activists on social media. Fatih Haris was then summoned to provide an official statement. On this occasion, Fatih Haris and his team of lawyers defended themselves by saying that their critics was part of their right to freedom of speech granted by the Constitution. However, on the other hand, supported of the Coordinating Minister for Marves argumentation that the court then becomes a place where arguments from both sides are presented. The judge must decide whether Fatih Haris violate defamation laws or form part of free speech protected by law. In the context of this case, it is important to understand that freedom of speech is a basic right that must be respected and protected. However, this freedom must not be misused to harm other individuals without clear grounds. Critics of public officials is part of social control in a democratic society, but must be based on accurate fact and conveyed responsibility. The case of Fatih Haris versus Coordinating Minister from Marves highlights in the importance of maintaining a balance between freedom of speech and protecting individual reputation. It is important for government and legal institutions exciting laws are not used to suppress free speech, but are also not weakened by abuse of that right. The case of Fatih Haris versus Coordinating Minister for Marves is a reflection of the complexity in enforcing the law and regulating freedom of speech in Indonesia. The court decision will be an important guide to the future of free speech in this country. By maintaining a balance between individual rights and public interests, Indonesia can strengthen its democratic foundation and ensure comprehensive human rights protection. As a society, we must continue to fight for freedom of speech as one of the main cornerstones of democracy. However, we also have a responsibility to use this right wisely and responsibility. The government and legal institutions must continue to improve the legal system to ensure that freedom of speech is not abused and justice is applied. And then that's my opinion about the Fatia Harris versus Coordinating Minister for Maritime Affairs case. If there is anything wrong is the statement, I'm sorry and thank you and see you, bye bye guys. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.